Hello and welcome everyone to Alive. Wanted to start off the new year happy, healthy, and checking in on everybody. How's everybody doing in 2024? I know it's only a couple of days, so it's hard to get your bearings or write the date at least, but I'm happy to be here on a Tuesday night. Thank you, everybody, for joining me here on a Tuesday night that everybody could join me with. I really appreciate everybody. Thank you. Awesome. I do want to say thank you to everybody who continues to watch my videos, who has watched my videos all throughout the last year of 2023. It was kind of a wild and crazy year for me. But I want to say I really, really appreciate everybody who sat and watched the video, maybe signed up for my Patreon, patreon.com/angelcakevids, whoever I collaborated with, either on their channels or podcasts, or whoever came on to my channel. I really, really appreciate everybody. And this year, I'm excited. This is going to be a wild and crazy. No, I'm just kidding. It's just going to be a really good year, hopefully. So hopefully everybody's having a great time. And let's see who's here. Let's say hey to some of the people here. Lovable Nikki, thank you for being here. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I can always count on you. Addie's Brain, hello. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Chris, thank you for being here. How you doing? How's everybody doing? Aaron, welcome in. Demetria, hello. Thank you again for joining me today. Julia, hopefully everybody's week is starting off well as 2024. We got Speedy Bird. Hello to everyone. Hello to you. Thank you for being here. I'm excited. We're going to be talking about the Challenge 39 to start off with. So here's the thing. I don't get to go into every single and read every single comment to all my videos, but I have gotten a general consensus that I feel like we're all on the same page, that the Challenge 39 just hasn't been giving the way some people were hoping to, with this new cast, with these new cast of characters, these new players. Nobody's a first-time rookie, but they're kind of making rookie mistakes. And I think we're missing that vet presence. And I did make a small slideshow, to highlight some worries or some things that I've noticed. But let's see, Lucas, I hope I'm saying your name right. Welcome in. Thank you for being here. Hello. Yeah, this is awesome. Thank you so much to everybody. Amelia, thank you for being here. Willie, you made it just in time. Welcome in. You didn't make it just in time. You're always on time. I can always count on you to be in the comment sections and everything. So, hey everybody. Thank you for saying hey to me. Thank you, Sam. Hello. Please don't. I accidentally did that. Don't get me. Lauren, welcome in. I feel like this season started strong, but I've kind of given up. I just haven't been enjoying this season. I had a lot of hope. I will say, I don't know if it started out strong for me personally, but I had a lot of hope coming in. And yeah, I don't know. It's been kind of slowing down a little bit. I'm hoping for a good... The worry is that there's only three champions left. Once that 3 champion episodes are done, what's the game going to look like when it goes to Conquest and it's a solo game? And what is it going to look like after that? I mean, honestly, this isn't a great outing if we are worried about this season and we've been in the champs. We've been in the champs portion more than we had been in the first portion, which was Conquer. I don't even remember what the first section was called. I think it was Conquer, Chaos, and Conquest. No, that doesn't sound right. Conquer and Conquest. No, Control. We've been in the Chaos section more than we've been in the Control section. We even skipped past some of the Control session to get into the Chaos portion earlier. And it's sad because even with the champions in the game, it's still falling flat. And again, I made a slideshow going over everything, but welcome in. Thank you for that awesome comment. Emily or Lauren. Hey, Emily. Hello, Alex. Sylvia, welcome in. Gina, a longtime watcher, first time in a live stream. Well, welcome in. 2024, new New year, same season, but first time in the live stream. I really appreciate everybody. Thank you for being here. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Kiwi Skirt, thank you for being here. Yes, please. No spoilers for 39 or All Stars 4 in the chats. We will be talking about those, but we should not, do not spoil it for anybody, especially me. Welcome in, Elise. Thank you for being here. I mean, there's speculations. Right now, there's speculations unless something was dropped pretty recently today. I'm going to look really quickly as we're doing this, but thank you for being here. Oh, thank you so much, Mel. Thank you so much. I'm so glad. I will say, shout out to everybody who says, I am done with this season, but I'm still going to watch your reviews and recaps. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. Because honestly, I really, really appreciate it. More than ever before. It doesn't look like there was. I'm looking at the Reddit right now, and it does not look like there was ever an all that they haven't released anything official about All Stars 4. But All Stars 4 confirmed. They've already filmed it, so we will talk about it. But first, let's get into the Challenge 39. And please, I want to know everybody's unfiltered, well, maybe filter them a little bit, but I want to hear everybody's true and honest feelings about the Challenge 39. And what have you been feeling about this season? And what are you the most frustrated with? Because I feel like there's things where I get frustrated with it, but I don't necessarily know how to hone in on what I have been frustrated with. But please let me know anything I'll be going through some of the comments and everything, and if too slow and boring, no real drama, yeah, it's kind of boring. Okay, that seems very on point, on brand. CBS is way forward. Okay, that scared me. Please, okay, I appreciate it. That scared me a little bit. Laurel Hunted had something about All Stars 4. We'll get into that. CBS is way forward. Cast of USA 1 was much better than this. Enough with International Experiment. Now, I think that this is a very interesting comment because I was just on the Nullified Take channel with Chris and Chantel this past Friday. So last Friday, at the time of this recording, we were talking about USA 2 and how that has been going gangbusters with ratings. And also gangbusters with just the gameplay. I mean, the game, there was people actively playing the game, being strategic, as well as wanting to make moves. Whereas this season feels like the exact opposite. We were worried about the champs coming into every single season, the same champs coming into every season, and just playing the same alliances, same type of game, season in and season out. And coming into this season, it's like, wow, these are all new players. What unpredictability could be here? And then nothing. Nothing is. It seems more predictable than ever before. I even have something in my mid-season review to go over that. But I think the one major whiff of this was that they didn't try to grab people from USA 2, which that could have been used for a crossover. The only person they brought over was Kylan from USA 1, and he's been fine. Like I actually really kind of liked him on this season in particular so far because he's going against the grain, which I very much appreciate. But how is it only mid-season? I'm ready for this season to be over already. It is only mid-season. Okay, so episode 0, when it goes on MTV.com, it gets put at the end of the season, and it said episode 22. So that means there's 21 full episodes. Luckily, episode 3 and 4 were smushed together. So that leaves 20 weeks over the whole course. I don't know if they're going to smush any other season episodes together, but technically last week, before episode 10 had the mid-season trailer on it. So yeah, we're only halfway there and only 70% through the champion. So, I mean, hopefully there's more goodness to come after the champions are done because, yeah. Anyways, I've talked about the ratings a little bit. Let's talk Let me show you some of my slideshows that I have here. Mid-season review a little bit. I want to go over the ratings. So this is a graph that I made very quickly over what the ratings have looked like through the course. Now you could see episode 11 was pretty good. We had a bump up. Survivor is over. We don't have to worry about that. The lowest point right here, that 1.9 thousand viewers, that was the double episode. So this is like week. This was episode 4, and that was starting at like at 10 p.m. at night. This it's looking like it's up on an upswing, right? Right. This is what the first 11 episode ratings look like from the past 3 seasons. And as we can see, it's looking somewhat similar to Challenge 38, which it has the upswing at the end. It pretty much came out the same exact season, or the same exact time of the year, which was mid-October, because I remember October 12th was Challenge 38's start, and then it went on. It never had its deep bottom out like it did in episode 4, but it's kind of going along the same route, but clearly it's way lower than ever before. To me, I kind of called it. I had a feeling looking at this cast, it was going to be the worst rated season of the challenge. It would take a lot of people. It would take too many people would be waiting to hear the word of mouth rather than jumping in on it. And I don't blame you. And you also have other options of watching this, which is I watch the episodes on Amazon. People watch it on Amazon. People record it on their DVRs and watch it the next day. I mean, the thing I'm getting at is that no matter where or how you watch it, those analytics sometimes don't add up to exactly where like that doesn't necessarily turn into ad revenue dollars. And for all those explosions, all those set pieces, everything that the challenge wants to do, that's a lot of money. I mean, honestly, compared to some of the other shows that MTV produces nowadays, like I guess it's just Ridiculousness, Challenge, All-Star Shore, and Catfish. Yikes. The challenge definitely has the biggest budget out of everybody. So it's kind of a little bit of a worrisome. Oh, Angie. Welcome in, Angie. Thank you for being here. Too much, Michelle. I've also heard that critique, but from a lot of people. Yeah. But that's awesome. Thank you for being here. That's awesome. Somebody asked me where I am. Pedro asked me where am I ranked on the Facebook fantasy. Well, I don't do the Facebook fantasy. I run my own fantasy challenge game over at my Patreon at patreon.com/angelcakevids, where we put our own stuff together, picking captains each week. It's a lot of fun. And it's been great. We've been running it. I've been running it for the last couple of seasons, Challenge 38 on, and it's been a lot of fun. So to me, I don't do the fantasy game over there, but I do my own fantasy game over at patreon.com. Wow, really? Oh, they did change over networks. That is true. They did change over networks, because wasn't RuPaul on VH1? But that's also under the umbrella of Paramount. They just moved it over to MTV, I believe. That's a good call. I totally forgot about that. That's really, really good point. Jersey Shore is probably eating a lot of MTV's budget. I don't know. I think that show is cooking though, isn't it? Isn't the family vacation? I've never watched any single form of Jersey Shore, but I have a feeling that the MTV budget is one of the highest TV budgets that they have. But yeah. Hey, I mean that's what's sponsoring this live right now is the Patreon at patreon.com/angelcakevid. Who do you think would win this season? That's actually a pretty interesting situation here, because we actually have that. Okay, add to stage. We actually have this here that over at the Patreon, we tried to rank everybody in the tiers. This is our mid-season rankings. And honestly, this is what we came up with, that this is our best, this is what we feel. Horacio has the best opportunities in our opinion, but we didn't put him as a real contender because he's been kind of going against the grain. There is this big alliance that's happening, and this is how I viewed it. I tried to put put it all together. Olivia, Nerys, and then Asaf. I put him away because yes, he is a part of the Fantastic Four, which, can I just say, how unoriginal of an alliance name. Fantastic Four, that's the best you're gonna go with? Like, what is that? Anyways, because he's part of the Fantastic Four and is playing a pretty good middle of the ground game, I put him over to the side, but still in tier 2. And then everybody else falls into the third and bottom. And whoever's in the third and bottom should be making moves to start up a new alliance. How many times have we gone week in and week out that somebody gets nominated from this big alliance and they go, I can't believe I was nominated. I see where I stand, but I'm not going to do anything. I hope something changes. And I don't. It's like, just do something, change it up. And I guess last week in episode 11, we got a little bit of people being like, something needs to change. Zara and Raven are trying to get together. Horacio and Kyland are disliking where they're sitting right now, but it's also like nothing else is moving. Nobody else really wants to change it up. And I get it. Those 4 players of Horacio, Kyland, and Raven and Zara are really strong players, but unless they are playing a team daily challenge, just the 4 of them on a team, and they win, it's going to be really hard for anything to change unless somebody else opens their eyes. I mean, Colleen has talked about being frustrated with this, but has not really made moves. The biggest move she wants to make is against Mariah. And it's like, why are you trying to take out Mariah when there's other big players out there that are well ahead than everybody else? Granted, I put her in the third, but it's just frustrating how much some of these players can complain about where they're at. They complain about their positioning in the big alliance, yet don't really show any tenacity to make any changes to it. And it's just frustrating. It's really, really frustrating to me to watch. But this is how I view it. This is how I view the whole alliance right now. And unless people really start to put their foot down, it's going to be tough. Luckily, there's only 16 players left, and there's little wiggle room. So if you piss off enough people, maybe they can do something different. But they haven't shown any promise, really, at this point to want to make anything move. Raven is the most likable for me, but I don't see her winning. Yeah. It's frustrating because I do agree with that, I mean, we have her in slim shot down here. But to me, Raven, Zara, and Horacio, to me, are the top dogs at this point. But they're so far down on some people's ratings or in the house tier list that it's really, really frustrating right now. Do you think Jay is going against CT? Look, in the live that I talked about with the Nullified Take channel, they have alluded to it a lot, right? The one with the chains and the daily challenge that was very similar to the Take Shelter elimination from Total Madness. The amount of times Jay has brought up CT, the only thing that makes me worried about this is we just had Laurel in there, and the whole episode, Michelle kept on talking about, oh, Laurel. Laurel hates me. If she has a chance, she's going to send me in. She's going to want me to do this. She wants me to do this. And then all of a sudden, it comes in, and Laurel comes in, and then she doesn't get the chaos. She doesn't get to pick Michelle. And my thought process is the way that they're using the mention Laurel. We're going to show Laurel as many times or have her be mentioned as many times. The same thing with Bananas and the whole Mariah's cheating scandal or whatever. Bananas backs out. Well, we can use his name over and over and over again. If he's not going to give us that conflict, we're just going to make sure that we get to say his name over and over and over again. And that way we get to elude and still talk about a champ, talk about a vet. And then the same thing with Jay. I mean, Jay has the most direct line to CT, and the challenge production knows that we want CT. You know, we want CT. So to me, I don't have the thought. I don't have hope that we're gonna get a JCT rematch. I almost feel like they just want Jay to say CT's name as much time so they can put CT's laugh menacingly in the background, echo it, reference it, show him off multiple times because they want people to keep on tuning in. When will we show CT? You got to keep on finding out. Oh, did you forget that CT is going to be coming into this? Please, let's go. That's how I feel, that they're just using it to keep on putting CT in the edit and make us not forget. Don't forget. Please don't forget. CT's coming in. So keep watching. Keep watching these episodes every single week to see if CT will come in. But that's how I view it. So I'm not going to hold out hope for it just because of how everything went this past week with Laurel and Michelle. But we'll have to wait and see. It could happen though. I do think that CT is going to be the last champ in, and I think that's deservedly so. But yeah, CT does come in with chaos. I did remember that CT does come in chaos. I hope that's not just like a prop that he's like, I found this in the back and let's do this thing. I hope they just allow him to pick whoever he wants. Like, what if CT's elimination is just impromptu? Like, they don't even talk about, like, they let him go in, the whatever alarm bells go ringing, and then they don't even have a challenge. They just come in to the elimination, and TJ is just like, all right, to be the best, you got to beat the best. And we gave the best an option of whoever he wants. And then CT just comes in without having to do a draw or anything like that. So I think that would be pretty interesting. I think that's a little unfair, but also whatever about fair. I don't even care about fair at this point. Oh man. I love that James's bubble is literally attached to Mariah's. I didn't know where to put him. Honestly, I didn't know where to put him. I wanted, the problem is here is that Mariah is attached to Zara and Raven at the bottom, but I couldn't figure out a way to put everybody exactly as close to the people that they are with. And I didn't know where to put James. Literally, James's whole situation is tied up with Mariah, and that's all you can do. There's no way that they're not lined up with each other. So to me, that's the frustrating part, but that's the best way I could do it. I almost felt like I needed to I should have put Michelle and Jay in the middle and then do like a web. But yeah. Oh, speaking of champs, I also came up with this slide. So I think what's also frustrating to me as a fan is that these champs, what are we doing with these champ eliminations, right? The first one up, Jordan gets King of the Hill. It's not a puzzle. It's like a physical elimination of endurance, stamina, doing a little jockeying for position, right? And then you get Kaz, barrel puzzle. You're rolling around in a barrel, putting a 5-piece puzzle together. Next up, you got Devin. We're counting things in boxes. I'm labeling that as a puzzle. You got, luckily, a pole wrestle from Casey. Luckily, Casey doesn't have a puzzle. But then you have Tori getting a tank puzzle. You got Darrell getting Firewalker. I don't even know where to put that in there. I guess it's a puzzle, but that's also physical and trying to light like fireballs. And then you got the peg puzzle with Laurel, which is just like, why waste having Laurel, one of the top physical competitors in the game, doing a peg puzzle? Looking at the way this is going, I understand wholeheartedly. You, as the challenge, don't want to set up these competitors for failure. You know, you only gave them $300,000. They could only salvage $100,000 in the game to come into this chaos with only $100,000 extra. But at this point, you let them lose. You let them lose. If they are legit going to win, let them play these champions at something else than a daggone puzzle. It's so frustrating seeing how many puzzles we have given. And we only have 3 champs left. And I have no hope that we are going to get a Hall Brawl, a Balls In, any of the classic eliminations. We can't double up on pole wrestle. We can't do anything like that. So I'm worried that we're going to even have more puzzles moving forward. I can't believe we've only had one pole wrestle so far, or one classic physical elimination. But yeah, I wish Michelle would go home. Dang, Michelle's having the game of her life right now, and nobody wants her. But yeah, Horacio to win. I just have a bad feeling he's playing a really bad social game right now. And not to say that I want him to play a good social game and be buddies with the big alliance that I have over here, but at the same time, I don't know. I don't know what to say about this. It's just so frustrating. I want to see good gameplay, and we're just not getting it. We're just not getting it. With all the way SF acts as if he wants to be the narrator of the season, I hope CT takes him out. Hey, you know what? Whatever. I feel like Asaf is talking a lot for a guy who hasn't won an elimination yet. You know, he's playing, I'll be honest, he's playing a pretty good in the middle of the road game. He has his main alliance, but he's staying in the middle enough to get all the information from players that maybe not as close to Michelle and Jay, but at the same time, he's talking a lot. He's talking way too much. Too many puzzles. Exactly. How? And you know what's so frustrating too is that you have like players not respecting or not feeling worried about these champs at all. Like Berna last episode was like, "Oh, Laurel's in here." But everybody was talking about how good of a competitor she is, and look at her. She's not winning against Raven. Who cares how good Laurel is? And honestly, I understand where they're coming from, but also it's one of those just roll the dice puzzles, you know? And she wasn't giving it her all. She came in wanting Michelle and couldn't get Michelle. So she kind of was just like, I don't want to take Raven out. I don't want to take anybody else out besides Michelle. And when she didn't get Michelle, it was just like, whatever, you know, whatever happens, happens. If I get 10K, I get 10K. If I don't, oopsie, you know, whatever. The next episode is called A Legend Returns. So I think it's Kara because she's the only one who hasn't been on in years. I don't know. That could be. I mean, same thing with Brad, hasn't been on the main season at least for a few years. Also could be CT. CT's a legend. I don't know if I would classify Brad as a legend. I think he's just a player. I don't know where I was going with that. I didn't want to be too mean, but yeah, puzzles are boring. It's tough though. It's so frustrating, and then you get weird edits like the count one, the Firewalker, and even the peg one. They're so choppy. The eliminations get so choppy when they're just puzzles because not a ton of stuff is happening, and they're trying to make it seem so engaging, and sometimes it's just not engaging. I can only expect that they're saving some of the more physical eliminations when the game goes to a single player. But it's so frustrating. It's so frustrating. Yeah, I can see that. Darrell's was endurance, but it also it was just all right. I liked the creativity. I liked how big the elimination was. I liked how they tried to do something different, but at the same time, I just found it all right. I just found it like it fell flat to me, honestly. I'm going to put this down for a little bit. Of course, the fluke champion gets a physical elimination. I mean, I think, can I just say, it's just so perfect that Casey, who gets a ton of physical eliminations, so far gets the only pole wrestle and really the only physical elimination for the women, to be fair. Yeah. I mean, the tank one has some physicality to it, but the peg one and the barrel one has some physicality to it, but I wouldn't necessarily deem it a physical elimination. Casey, luckily, who luckily can do physical eliminations, but I mean, you don't see her getting a math puzzle or a, a just a puzzle, just in general. Yeah. Devin's elim was horrible. Count some stuff, worst elim ever. I don't know if it's the worst elimination ever, but I totally agree that just opening up crates and counting them was bad. Was really, really bad. I would have loved balls in. I'm still holding my breath that we could have a balls in. I'm hoping. I really am. The way I wanted Laurel to have balls in, and I think Raven would have been a good competition. I think I would have loved to have seen it. I mean, again, balls in. I think Laurel has proven in the balls in that she has done in previous seasons that she would win. She would win. And I really want to see Raven not be eliminated. But yeah, I don't know. It's kind of frustrating when you have these newcomers being like, these these are the champions you brought in. These are the champions. But it's like, what? That come on now. Why are you doing these champions dirty by putting so many eliminations? Can we talk about All Stars? So this is a pretty good. So before we talk about All Stars, I do want to say, like, what would you give it? And I want to put it up here. So far, mid-season, we had the finals. Like, let's just say we're midway through the season. What are you giving this season so far on a scale of A through F? You have A plus. Let's just say A through F. No pluses, no minuses. What are you giving this overall? What are you going to give this season so far? Knowing that we still have Kara, CT, Brad to go. But then again, if we have half a season left, if we have like 10 episodes left, 2-part reunion, I'm sure of, 2-part final, I'm sure of. So that's 4 episodes minus another, so 6 episodes. It's what are we thinking? What are we thinking? I'm actually getting a little bit nervous about the solo part of this game. I really am now that I'm thinking about it. What are we thinking? Oh my gosh, there's so many. I see a lot of D's, starting with Thana. Hey man, first time loving it in my opinion. I wish before the champions came on, they could pick the elimination in their strong. So this is funny. So if people remember, real quick before we get through all of them, I just saw Joe Flacco in the chat. Not the real Joe Flacco, but somebody mentioned Joe Flacco, and that's really funny. This is really interesting because this season, before the season started, a lot of people were saying this was very reminiscent to season 29, Invasion of the Champions. And if we remember throughout the whole season before the champs came in episode 5, they kept on showing the champions together, working out, hanging out, doing all this stuff, like getting their perspective of it. And I just wish in another world, in another timeline, that they would have done something similar to this, that they could have had like challengers showing the challenger or the champions like working out, give us a little head start on what champions are going to be there, what are they doing to prepare and everything. And also, yes, come in if you have the roll of the dice and we get to see them like pick the order of the champions, and the champions walk in, even if they just see the titles of all the eliminations, if they could have at least shown them like, oh, I like this one, or I like this name, Firewalker, I'll take Firewalker, or get their like just have fun with it. Like this season, before the season started, there was an Entertainment Weekly or a Variety article of an interview from one of the producers, and they said that they wanted to make this season the most serious season in challenge history, and they wanted it to be a sport. And it's like, okay, but sports aren't always super duper serious. Like, you can still have fun. Athletes still can show off and have fun and can smile and have a good time, which we're not getting a ton of fun on this season. And I wish they would have I wish they would relax a little bit. Just be a little bit relaxed. Have some fun with the edit. Have some fun with the champions. I'm sure the champions are there to have fun too. So I wish they would have been able to like show the champions like working out a little bit, getting prepared, doing some exercises, and then it would have been really fun to see them get to pick the elimination, even if they don't know like the specifics of the elimination or what the elimination is, if it's a puzzle or not, that they could have at least seen the elimination name and been like, I'll take Firewalker. I guess I'll take this one or this one. And I think that would have been really, really fun at the end of the day. But we can't have fun here. We can't have fun. There's no fun. There's no fun to be had. We have to hear about James, Mariah, and Bananas. Then we have to see a little bit of Nerys and Horacio, and then we get to see some Muay Thai in the backyard, and that's all we can do. Besides the competition, that's all we can do. D. Edward says D. D. TCR says C. Wow, that's awesome. D. D. If Joe Flacco can play in the NFL at 39, CT can do a hall brawl. I think a lot of people have it on their bucket list to see CT do a hall brawl. I don't think CT wants to see CT in a hall brawl, but that's the only person on this earth that, besides whoever he's going up against, wouldn't want to see CT in a hall brawl. D. Everybody has so many Ds. Dimitri goes all the way down to an F, and then we got some C's, back to a D. C or D. Oh my gosh, so we're getting in. So I have to say, besides Lucas here, hopefully I'm saying your name right, there's a lot of D's and C's. So we're passing right now. The production team is passing, but barely passing. Mid level right now. I think also people are being very generous, being like, we still have Car and CT and half a season to go. It could go up, it could go lower. So I think these are very like safe ratings, which I really appreciate. Welcome in, Shay. Thank you for being here. This is worse than 37. It's almost very similar to 37, but not fully into the spy theme. I hope CT gets to destroy somebody and balls in a hall brawl. Anthony, you and me are hoping for the same thing. I just worry that we're going to be having a spelling elimination, a tanagram, and I don't even know what else to say. They could hopefully we have another we have to have a physical elimination, you know? We have to have a physical elimination. There's no possible B. Wow. B plus. I love the optimism. C, decent cast, good concept ideas, bad gameplay. That should be on the DVD. On the box of the DVD saying bad gameplay. See, decent cast, good concept, bad gameplay. I love that so much. They need more episodes to win some dang money. I think what I heard from TJ from episode 0 is that they will be able to bank more money in the conquest. I think there is possibilities of earning, but I think also that they will be, I don't know if that's going to be like individual bank accounts, because how are they going to bank more money in the grand prize if they're all solo? So I almost think that they will be able to gain money, and then if they win that, they gain that money that they won in the solo. I don't know. Yeah, me too, Stephen. I'm nervous. It's better than 35 through 38. Okay, that's interesting. What's up? Invasion was so funny. I'm not gonna lie, that was the first season I watched fully, because my first season was 30 and I couldn't wait a whole week for another episode, for episode 2 of season 30. So I went and watched all of 29, and I will hold that, even though it's definitely not perfect in any way, shape, or form. I really do find that I do really enjoy that season a lot. It would have been so funny and entertaining instead of each champ coming in teasing Mariah. 1,000%. Sports are boring to watch. I mean, some sports can be exciting. I don't want serious. I want messy reality TV. Yes, give us House of Villains. Give us something to. They don't understand they don't understand the assignment. Stop making the challenge too serious. Exactly. It can be serious, but we need some fun here. I was gonna say some funny stuff. Carrying bricks from a bra is not a sport. Oh my gosh, that was so awesome. I loved it. Yeah, exactly. Mic'd up moments are so fun. Hey, how about you make the challenge fun? Mic up. Well, you already have the challengers mic'd up, but come on now. That's the fun part of everything. All right. So, as we labeled the challenge as a C and D in that range, I think that's majority vote was between C and D. The good thing is, the one thing that's good about this season and what it is bringing, it is putting the challenge all stars now into perspective. You have Laurel. After her episode had aired, somebody wrote to her saying, do we get you for a full season soon? I hope. And Laurel says, keep your eyes peeled. I know something that should be gracing your screens sooner than later. Also, on top of this, somebody mentioned that Anissa was at a Challenge Mania live event and mentioned something about there being a new season, possibly All Stars, hinting at All Stars coming soon, and that she would be rejoining the podcast. So, yeah, there we go. Elise, thank you. That was verification right there. Anissa also said All Stars 4 is coming soon, and since she is doing the podcast, and to me, I'm not surprised by this. Oh, one more very reliable source here, Pink Rose on Vevmo, mentioned that All Stars 4 is coming out. They started working behind the scenes with promo stuff a few weeks ago or a month back. This was relatively recent. This was after All Stars 4. But they heard mixed stuff about this being a Paramount exclusive or airing on MTV like All Stars Shore 2 did. So this doesn't surprise me, right? I think a lot of people were worried, and I understand. They film All Stars 4, they shelve it, and they hold on to it for a long time. They finished filming it, and I'm sure they finished editing it before USA 2. So then USA 2 comes in, and people are like, okay, that's weird. But they wanted to hit USA 2 when the summer was happening and Big Brother was happening. So then they move it back a little bit. And then Challenge 39 drops, and people are like, yo, what is happening? We're never going to see All Stars 4, which I never really believed because of how much money gets dropped into these seasons. The worry, I think, was that when would we get it? I never really wondered how or if it would ever be on. It was a matter of when. And I think what they really wanted to know was how 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 were these ratings going to do? What was this season going to look like? And I think that's what they were worried about. They didn't want to have USA 2, then drop All Stars 2 or All Stars 4, and then put this season out and then see what we were seeing with the ratings here being the worst they've ever been, ever. I mean, honestly, even in episode 1, you see how high up it is. That is the worst it's ever been. We started out at the bottom, everybody. And they were worried, okay, well, we need to have something to come back with. And I don't blame them. I blame them for holding out on us for so long and not being transparent about it. But I also understand their ideal or their situation where they're like, we're worried about this season. We're worried about the ratings. We need to have a great follow-up. And they knew that All Stars 4 would be something that people would be waiting for, that they would be anticipating. And after seeing how this season has gone so far, they're like, we gotta do it. So to me, the best thing about this season is that we're definitely going to get All Stars 4, in my opinion. Don't quote me on that if it never comes out, but at this point, it has to. It absolutely has to come out at this point. And I think that we can thank All Stars 4, or we can thank the Challenge 39 for putting that pressure on them, how bad the season ratings have been, that they're like, the only worry is that I really liked All Stars 4 on Paramount where it was uncensored, and I just don't know how that's going to look like if it does get aired on MTV. But at this point, the ratings are so bad that I feel like there's a great possibility that it is going to be on it's going to be don't it's gonna be surrounded everywhere. Luckily, Laurel, Anissa, and more people have said it. So that's just so funny. But yeah, it's looking like it's gonna come out. I anticipate a trailer, a promo, a teaser to come out at the earliest mid to late this month. I think we'll get a full release and trailer around February 14th. And then All Stars 4 will be released the week after the final reunion episode of the Challenge 39. And that's how I feel. I feel like we won't get well, that's what I'm saying. I think that we won't get the first episode until this season officially wraps up, and that's around early to mid-March. That's right, everybody. We still have early to mid-March for the Challenge 39. Unless they start doubling up on episodes, we still have early to mid-March to wrap up this season, and I think that we're going to go headfirst directly into diving deep into season to All Stars 4. So we still have about 2 months, but they do like to lead into the seasons about a month ahead. But I can understand them putting out a trailer, kind of like how they did with 39, but do that like a week or two before they drop the cast photos, the cast list, the full trailer, the super trailer, and everything else. That is a good question. God, I would love free agents to just do everything the same. Free agents to just do everything the same. And please, just everything the same. Just the kill card, don't change up anything. But yeah, what is after All Stars 4? USA 3? I think we're guaranteed in USA 3 from here on out. I think USA, the Challenge USA, kicks butt in the ratings that we're always going to have USA 3. We're gonna have a USA season like every single summer that CBS is like, yeah, we'll do another one. My thought process, yeah, I think March 13th. So that means around February 13th is, I think February 14th is a Wednesday. So Valentine's Day, they could do some fun little promos about like get together with your loved ones and watch the challenge or something. Is an important feeder show now. I think so. But yeah, I think that would be great. USA is definitely going to be online. It's going to be, they could do All Stars 4 into USA 3 and then USA 3 into this next season. And honestly, that would be a really great situation. You know, I feel like that could be a really great situation where they have All Stars in the early part of the year. Summer is USA time, and then you have the main season finishing up the year, and then over the next one. Would it be World Championship 2? Oof, I don't know. I don't know if there will be another World Championship. They need to figure out where they're going in these next spinoffs because they're not going back to Australia. We probably have 2 more USAs before we even have other shows, but UK flopped. Australia flopped majorly, and then Argentina was super popular, but nobody outside of Argentina watched Argentina, it feels like. So, yeah. Really, Challenge Fan 2000 says apparently Challenge 40 is filming in March. Haven't heard anything about USA 3. Doesn't surprise me, but also USA doesn't take that long to film, I believe. I think it's a smaller cast and a smaller film date. So I wouldn't be surprised if they were to really kick it into gear and zoom, because I think USA 2 was really, really quick as well. Like they just zoomed through that filming as well. But hey, let's not get too deep into the season because it feels like All Stars 4 is definitely going to happen. I know it's been like over how long has it been? Please just no more Challenge Argentina. It killed in the ratings. It was so good in the ratings, but yeah, nobody watched it outside of Argentina. It was wild. So wild. Fabiola, thank you for being here. Welcome in. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. I think this is my first live too. Well, congratulations. Thank you for being here. Welcome, welcome, welcome. How are you? I'm feeling great. I am having a great time talking about the challenge. I'm sweating in this sweater, but I wouldn't want to be anywhere else. And I'm happy that I have so many awesome people in this live on a Tuesday night. I'm so excited. I'm like jazzed up. I loved Australia. Australia was the best spinoff out of USA. I would say USA 1 was second. I thought Australia, USA 1, UK, and then Argentina. I tuned in and out of Argentina. But they also didn't seem like they were fully into the actual gameplay. Like they were so wholesome. Argentina was just so wholesome. But yeah, it wasn't long enough. UK wasn't long enough. There was a lot of stuff going on with the Queen's passing, and a lot of people didn't want to film anymore and be so it was tough. It was tough. It has been a full calendar year. It filmed last January. I knew it was coming close. I think that we're gonna get a teaser late January. Then we're gonna have everything announced either the 1st of February or February 14th. I think that's the latest we're gonna get drops and everything. And then March 13th, as YouTube Bearcat said, that is going to be a Wednesday. Yeah, March 13th, I think, is going to be the final day. They're going to push that out, and that will be, I think that could be the date. But don't quote me on that because anything can change. Anything can change. Thank you so much, Cody. I really am happy that you enjoy the channel, love the channel. There's a ton of content coming this year. I have a lot of projects, a lot of big projects for both YouTube and on the Patreon at patreon.com/angelcakevids. If you want to support me, you can go over there. And we have a lot of great projects. If you've watched a lot of my videos and want more of the challenge content and my content, we have hours of exclusive free content, or not free content, exclusive content over at patreon.com/angelcakevids. You have the $1 tier where you don't get really any free content. You just get credit for helping support me. $2 tier, you get the workout videos and you get a review of everything I've watched over a single month. $3 tiers, you get the exclusive Tiny Table Talk live streams, as well as exit interviews and monthly lives and access to live watch parties. We're actually going to start watching a real world season sometime this year. We watched through season 28, Portland, not too long ago. Last year we watched through it. So it was a lot of fun. That was a lot of great times. And then over at the $5 tier, which is the most popular tier, you get everything that I just talked about, as well as access to the challenge rewatch and commentary videos, which we are making our way through season 8. So we've watched through seasons 1 through now 8. We're going to be starting season 9 in February. You'll have access to all the rewatch episodes, the commentary videos and everything, and an exclusive monthly video or bi-month or 2 monthly videos featuring the challenge and some other reality show as well. So if you would like to support me more than just watching the YouTube, which totally, if you would just want to support me by watching my YouTube videos, that's totally cool. I appreciate everybody who watches. I really, really appreciate it. But if you want to help out a little bit more and support me, please consider going over to Patreon. Just check it out. But anyways, that was my plug. We got Kahuna in. Thank you for being here. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Thank you for being here. I really, really appreciate it. So exciting. CBS challenge seems so riggish to me. I could see that. I could understand where you're coming from, but I don't know. I think I thought USA 2 was much better than USA 1. But yeah, it was great. The award show was so fun. Yeah, golden calories. Oh, speaking of which, here I'll show some of the videos. Not show, but I'll here's some of the collections of videos that you can get uh access to. The challenge workout, where I went through every single workout of the Rachel Robinson workout video. That's available at the $2 and up tier. The reality wrap ups, $2 and up tier. Tiny table talks, the exit interviews, and premiere challenge videos. Where, if I can click on it, where we have iconic fights and arguments that I made. The rise and fall of Camilla, cringiest and embarrassing moments, Paula's mini documentary, and drunk moments, and much more is to come. I'm actually making one right now, going over band players and if the band list is real. So those premiere videos are available to the $5 and up tiers. But yeah, if you have any questions, please let me know. But thank you for being here. Oh man, drunk moments, you gotta put in the Nani noodles. You gotta throw in her, you're corny, and then throw in the yeah. Anyways, so I'm super excited about All Stars. We've been waiting for this for so long. Over on the Nullified Take channel, we did a fantasy draft and we went through the whole cast. And I'll be honest, I can't even remember who was on my team, who is even on this All Stars cast. I know that it's Cam, Leroy, Cara, Laurel, and the Mean Girls Alliance with Tina, Veronica, and Rachel. I know Jay's on there, Tyree's on there, but yeah, this is Kifla's on there as well. I mean, this is going to be such a stacked cast, and the anticipation of this season is going to be so exciting. But you know what, I have a feeling though. You know what's my theory? I've noticed on the Challenge 39, and please, if you want to go back and rewatch some of the Challenge 39 episodes, or if you want to listen to upcoming episodes, I've noticed that TJ has been 80-yard so much of this season. He's been 80-yard. He had to go into the studio, redub some of his lines. And to me, I feel that's because either one, they have really terrible mics, or they anticipated All Stars 4 to come out before this season. And so when TJ was like going through some of these champion stats, they had to redo everything. So I don't know. But he's been doing it a lot, either at the daily challenges or eliminations. I mean, he was clearly 80-yard with Tori's stuff, but Tori wasn't in All Stars. So I don't know. Maybe it's just some bad mics, or they were like, we need more filler. You need to call her a goat of the game or something. I don't know. So I don't know. I'm just saying, that's my theory. My theory is that there was some stuff that went down and he just decided Tony time. That's right. Tony is in it. Yo, my face when I forgot Tony was on this All-Star season. What the heck? What now? Jay from 26. I can't drink the drink. I can't drink it. Oh my gosh. That's so funny. Oh man. It's Tony time. Great theory. Yeah, I don't know. She's not the GOAT. Female GOAT is Evelyn. Yeah. I don't know. I mean, I truly believe that, but I think there's a lot of new fans that don't even know. But yeah, we'll see how that's going. Thoughts on Traitors? Yeah, we're getting into the hour mark. So if anybody else has any other thoughts and feelings, what do you think about All Stars 4? Are you feeling like it's definitely going to happen now? But if you have any other questions, I'll take more questions and give my honest opinions about other shows or anything like that. Come 1:30, the hour 30 mark. So around another 30 minutes, and then we'll start to wrap up and everything. But thoughts on Traitors? I'm so excited for Traitors. not just excited for Traitors, but like this season of Traitors. I thought the Traitors season 1 was good. Sorry if I'm like, but like this season looks impeccable with Bananas and CT. Come on now. I think this is it. Can I get this one going? All right, cool. Could I open up just an image? Thanks, Peacock. Cool. Let's do this. Yeah, there we go. Look at this. Look at this cast, man. Look at this cast. Like, come on now. And you know this is gonna be good. You know they're gonna edit it good. CT, Bananas. You got Maxim Smirkovsky, Dan Giesling, Janelle. I mean, come on now. Look at this. Now this is the season. Trishelle, yeah, totally. Yeah, Trishelle and Trishelle. Yeah. Yeah. Anyway, but this is going to be so good. This is going to be so good. Honestly, this is going to carry us from January to the start of All Stars 4, I feel. And I am so down. I'll actually probably cover this over at patreon.com/angelcakevids. Like, this is going to be, I don't watch Traitors. Well, you should rethink your stance on watching Traitors just looking at this. This cast, no randoms. It's just completely and utter boom. This is it. This is awesome. I'm so excited. Yeah, I can't wait either. Chasing K Brene, thank you for being here. This is awesome. I love this. This is gonna be so good. There was somebody that mentioned what my hopes were for season 40. Are you going to talk about your hopes for season 40? Well, of course, I feel like I want an all champ season. That just doesn't seem like it's ever going to play out. I really wish they could make it happen. I wish they could cut the filming time shorter, or even just do an All-Stars. All-Stars 5, winners only, something to that effect. I think that would be incredible. I would love it to be $2 million. I would love it to be a shorter filming time so that they could open up the doors and availability to a lot of other people. I just feel like they would have to do it in All-Stars fashion, which I'm totally cool with, because All-Stars seems like the way better season anyways. So for season 40, I would love an all champs. Seems unlikely. So if I were to say anything else for season 40, free agents too, but my I've heard some rumors and thoughts and some of the availability calls and where they went to on season 40, and some of the early rumors for season 40 is that a lot of some of the cast members who are on season 39 currently have gotten availability calls. That means nothing at this point. Everybody in there, they just cast a wide net in the beginning, calling everybody and their mothers, just seeing, hey, are you down? Are you down? Are you down? How's your availability? You looking for March? How you looking for? That's all they're doing. But it's, you know, that whoever's on the Challenge 39 is getting that phone call going, yes, please, yes, I know, well, please, thank you. I'll be there. Where do you need me? I have a bag packed kind of vibe. So I don't know. Hopefully it's going to be a good one. I'm really hoping for a good one, but we'll wait and see. But my hope is, I would love for for the amount of money they're saving on this cast, as well as the prize money at this point. Like, they're not giving away $1 million. They're not giving away giant per diems or anything to champions and longtime champions like they would if Bananas was on the cast, or if Johnny was on the cast, or I think I just said Johnny and Bananas at the same time, but like CT and Bananas were on the cast. But at the same time, I would love it if they were just to like do it. Like, let's just do it. $2 million. We saved enough money on this past season, the Challenge 39, and let's just jump into it, you know? And let's just try to really get a wide net, try to get back some really good players, some great champions like Landon, and it would just be great. But I know I'm asking too much of the world. I'm being too greedy, and I just don't know if that's ever going to happen, ever. January 12th for Traitors. Yes, please. Please. This is going to be so good. House of Villains was really cool, but only because Bananas was in it for me. Yeah, I think a lot of people were. I think that show was one of the best shows of the past year. It was so good. It was really, really good. Wait, what I thought the whole purpose of season 39 was to have an all champ season. I don't know. Also, I'm still pretty peeved that this is not going to have two winners at the end of it. I understand that the winning isn't going to be super big. So if you have two champions and you split it down the middle, but also take little parts for second and third place, it's not going to be a lot of money. But at the same time, I wish that there was going to be a man and woman champion. Because if we do have an all champ season, we could just roll it into it. But they've done so many spinoffs that they could technically have a pretty decent baseline with Kiki, with Troy, with Jordan, with Kaz, with Tori, Devin. Cara Maria seems like she's seems to be coming back into the fold, being on the YouTube, being not only, that's the thing, is like Cara Maria is not only coming in for this cameo, she was also on All Stars 4. Rumored to be on All Stars 4. So, I mean, she already had her comeback, but it was delayed for now. We're going to see her coming back on this season at some point. And then, but not only that, is that she didn't come back and is just making a cameo on the season. She's been on the YouTube, like talking with Darrell, talking with Horacio, talking with Lydia, and just being up in the front and like almost retaking back the face of the challenge after being away for 5 seasons for years. I mean, it's really impressive. Honestly, it's really impressive that she seems to be like, she's just smashing that YouTube. And it's not even like she's just on the YouTube making reactions. I see something of her saying something about like Tori being a champ, or making some commentary, like, and going and being posted to like Twitter or Reddit a lot of the time. So I mean, come on now. I think a champ season could be done. Grab Danny back if he can come back. Sarah, if she could come back. You could have a ton of people coming back for an all champ season, and then they would have to fiddle with it because like champs versus pros, not all of them were champs. They just made it to a final. So they would try to fiddle with it a little bit, being like, oh, well, they're not all champs. Kind of like in All Stars 3 when they were like, everybody's a finalist, but technically Nia didn't make it to a finals until she made it onto that season. So yeah. CT versus Jordan versus Bananas style for season 40. Yo, I hope that would be incredible. Honestly, that'd be incredible. She did, I think, in the YouTube commentary said that she respects Jordan, but you know that they would be batting heads with each other. And you know what? I'm here for it. We need that. We need some tension, some real tension, some actual like tension. Wow. Corey L did say that the cast called 39 the challenge bottom of the barrel. What the heck? Oh my gosh. Oh my, what the heck was that? I think it just said oddish. Oh man. Oh, I'm starting to tire myself out here. I'm getting too excited. Really? I did not know about Paulie's last tweet. That'd be interesting if that is true. I don't want to put it on screen just in case, but that is interesting. Yeah, I didn't. Okay, when I'm talking about an all champ season, there should be no, and I mean no, like thought of a different Danny than Danny McRae, the one true Danny champ. Because Danny Jamison isn't the champ of anything except losing. Oh my gosh, they could keep it. I love all the caps. I love this. Derek would have his bag packed in an instant. Derek always has a bag packed. He has like an emergency bag at the door for the challenge. If they call him, he's out of there. He's running out of there. He doesn't, he's not even gonna, he would tell Scott before he tells any of his family, hey, I gotta go. you know, you're gonna have to do the podcast without me. I'm enjoying Kara and Darrell's. I love it. When I got to talk to Darrell about him hanging out with Kara, he said that in the exit interview, he said that it was the first time since Dirty 30 that they've actually hung out with each other. And I love it. I love the back and forth. I love the comments. They're so good together. And after not seeing each other for over the course of 9 seasons, I don't even remember when. 2017, was it 2017 or 2018 that it had to be 2017 was Dirty 30, and they haven't seen each other since that long, but they just get together like such good chemistry. I honestly love it. I love it. So I thought it was such a good promotion to pay them to be the commentary and for them to watch the challenge together, and like two champs that have this long storied past with each other, being on season 19, out first, champs versus pros, always having each other's backs. And then not only is Kara coming back after a long hiatus, but she gets to like be the face and hang out with Darrell. And I don't know, it's just really nice. It's such a, to me, A+ on whoever decided that was the route to go. I don't know who decided that, who made that idea, but they deserve a raise compared to some of the other questionable decisions that have been made fairly recently. Honestly, yeah, there's a number of people on All Stars that are not All Stars. Interesting. They can do a ton of champs if they pull from the early seasons, but those people are also 20 years older, so they might not fit enough for the style of the challenge. It's not Carnival Games. That is true, but I also think you could have Yes would be awesome to see on there, and I think if you could rope Wes into one last rodeo. Laurel seems to be really chill about coming back, so why not? You know, Laurel, Kara seems cool. Darrell seems like I know he doesn't like to do the main season, but Darrell seems to be pretty chill to want to come in, and I think he has a great shot. I think Mark, despite him just doing All Stars and other stuff, I think the opportunity of winning such a large sum of money would be big for him. Brad would totally be down for it. I don't know. I just feel like it could happen. I feel like we're so close to make it happen. I feel like we're so close. And like there are people that would say yes. I don't know. I think it could work. I think it could work. I don't know why. I just really want it to work. And I just want to know that they tried, you know? I understand if they can't make it happen, but I would love to know that they just at least tried, that they put forward this. And I know they're probably going to they're not going to say that they did or they didn't, but I would, even no matter what we get, and if it's not all champs, that I wish they would just say like, look, I would love them to come out with a formal statement of like, we reached out to certain people who are champs, and we just couldn't fill a whole cast with them. You know, I would love it. Even if it's like champs and people that got second place in certain, come on. I would love it. Yeah, Darrell's awesome. Darrell's incredible. Derek and his wife are like 18 weeks pregnant, so will he be able to do 40? I don't know. Derek is like never saying no to to the challenge, so it is one of those things where it's like, yeah, I don't know. I don't think he would ever say it. I don't think he would ever say no. But then again, it is a baby. I don't know. I hate open vote systems. Couldn't all the contestants just go again? So this is another thing where it's like, for this section of the game to be called chaos, there's not a ton of chaos happening, or not as much chaos. I really think that they should have had the hopper for this one. Put the hopper in, make all votes count. Don't do this whole system of like everybody just dumps all their votes on the same person over and over and over again. And it's just getting repetitive and boring. For chaos, it hasn't been that chaotic. In my opinion, it has not been chaotic. So I wish that the Hopper or something, because the Hopper was chaotic. Honestly, USA 2's whole elimination style was more chaotic than this section of the game labeled chaos. But that's just my opinion. How does one mistakenly type a comment and then mistakenly present? I have no idea what that was all about. See, this is what I think. Now, I'll be honest. Mark Long is one of the only players I think in challenge history to do like certain amount of decades or something like that. I think he has like a record for the most decades in a row that he has been on the show. Last time we saw him was X's 122. If he came back for season 40, how incredible would that be? He was on season 2, and then he went and did a couple of other seasons, season 17 for sure, season 22. And then, I mean, if he could come back for season 40, like how incredible would that be? That would be awesome. That would be really, really cool. Bring back Svetlana. I've heard a lot of Svetlana. And she was supposed to come back a couple of times, but just didn't happen. Bring in Paula and Emily. I think Emily would do it, but here's the thing. For an all champ season, for the champs we want to see, they have to shorten the production. They have to shorten the filming time, because that's one of the major things from these cast members is that the it's too long. There's too long of a filming time, and I agree. If you're too much, there's too long of a time in between. Like, just cut it down. Do an old school challenge. Do an all-star season. Cut it down to 14 episodes. Let's just get this going, and whatever you have to make it work, just make it work, and people will watch it in droves. I'm telling you. And that's another thing is like if you make season 40 all champs, season 41 has to be something exciting. I'll be honest, season 30 was messy, but season 20 was kind of like hit or miss as a one of those touchstone 20th season kind of vibe. I thought it was kind of just all right looking back on it. But yeah. Yeah, Hopper for the vote would be perfect. It would be incredible. Hopper would have been a perfect, like, just the Hopper is so chaotic. I would have loved it. But yeah, I don't know. Hopper and private votes, yeah, that would be incredible. Honestly, that would have been the best way to go about it. Oh my gosh. We've all been collectively trying to get Coral on just all stars, but yeah. Yeah, I agree, Venus. I did the Paula mini doc over at patreon.com. And yeah, I wouldn't want to put Paula in that whole situation and in that environment. It would be great to see Paula again, but I totally understand and respect her wishes. Is down to come back. Yeah, I'm sure. Man. Give us season 40 Battle of the Ages. Now, this would be fun. Battle of the Ages kind of makes me think of Rock of Ages, and you could have a lot of fun with that. I almost think Battle of the Ages, you have to have Mark Long in there. Have him look like a grungy hairband guy, and that would be awesome. But yeah, Jenny West could come back. If only. If only. Yeah, almost. Just like BMP kept shooting in the same house last year, crank out short seasons by flying out cast to the same house. Season 40 USA 3, All Stars 5, season 41 World Championship 2, different countries. USA 4, same house. Yeah, exactly. I agree. They use the same house for so many of those spinoffs, and they just cranked them out. Let's do the same thing. Come on now. Let's do it. But yeah, I don't think Jenna would come back, but I definitely think Zach would come back. He needs he could have a lot more for his he could have a lot more for his podcast that he has now, and have a good time with that. But yeah, Zach needs to stay home. I'm not wishing anything. I'm just saying technically he is a champ. Not technically, he is a champ, but yeah. We'll see. We'll see how that's all gonna play out. But yeah. But this has been so much fun. Honestly, I haven't done this in a long time on the main channel. I do this, like I said, I do this every week on patreon.com/angelcakevids for the $3 and up tiers. But coming on to doing this on the main season or on the main cast, oh my gosh, on the main channel, this was a lot of fun. This has been a great start to the year. Zach is a Debbie Downer. I don't know. He's been getting a lot of hanging out over at over on his podcast and everything. Welcome in. Cloronda Jordan. Welcome in. Welcome. Keep Zach at home. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm sorry I even brought it up. I was just trying to think of other cast members that are like champions that could be there. I understand it. I'm not a huge Zach fan either. So please, I'm not yeah. So are they going to do All Stars 4? Yeah, it seems like it. And we can all thank season 39 for being so terrible in the ratings that that we can now be good. That we can rest assured that most likely, sooner rather than later, All Stars 4 could be gracing our screens. But yeah, I'm so excited. I'm so excited for this year. Like I said, I have a ton of content that I will be doing both on the YouTube channel and on patreon.com/angelcakevids. I have a little bit more freedom over at patreon.com. So if you want to see some of the juicier stuff, like I'm going to be doing a video coming up about band players and is the ban list real or people are just getting fired? How did this whole ban list start? I'll be making a video over at patreon.com for this month about that. So I'm going to be working on that, but I still have a lot to do this upcoming week. So we're going to see how that's all going to play out. But yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun. Major projects happening. I have a list of projects that I want to get done this year that are like definites. I have to get this done. I have a few Challenger documentaries that I will be working my hardest on going forward. So I have a few Challenger documentaries that I'll be putting out there. Yeah, I'm looking forward to this year. This year I think is going to be really, really fun coming into the content. I'll be putting out a ton of shorts. We're going to have some exit interviews still. Looking for just some fun stuff. Bring back Wes. I think he would come back for an all-winter season, even though he took a lot of people's money, and if he has to pay people out, that's gonna be tough stuff. But yeah, I think this is gonna be a really fun year. I just want to say thank you again for everybody who has watched my videos over the years. If you just found the channel or if you've been watching for a long time, I really, really appreciate it. Again, if you would like to support me as a content creator and get more exclusive content and hours of exclusive content that is not available to the general public, you can go on patreon.com/angelcakevids. Sign up for various different tiers. If you have any questions, please let me know about my Patreon, as well as just thank you for joining me on this incredible Tuesday night. I feel like I have this weight lifted off of me. Going through the Challenge 39, hearing what everybody has to say about this season, how I feel about this season. I feel like I'm not taking crazy pills, because sometimes I'm watching the season going like, am I just missing something? And luckily I'm not. This chat tonight has validated me in my thinking. I really, really appreciate it. Thank you so much. This is going to be a great year, not just for the channel, not just for Patreon, and not just for me, but for everybody in here. Think positive thoughts. Think positive thoughts. Think the best for yourself, and we'll go far. We'll all go far this year. I'm telling you. Let's do this. Let's do this thing. I'm telling you. Anyways, I don't know why I'm getting like this, like Tony Robbins, like, yeah, we're turning into this. But I just want to leave off on a positive note. I feel like we've been a little bit downtrodden when we came in talking about Challenge 39, but then we went on a high note talking about All Stars 4. And then I mentioned Zach, and I lost a lot of people. But I'm just saying, it's all going to be good. Thank you, everybody, again for joining me tonight on this random Tuesday night. This is 2024. Yeah, shout out to Red is Not a Flavor for making some incredible content. They've been doing their best work this season. Honestly, this season has been middling as we came to a decision that's around the C or D area. But Red is Not a Flavor has been doing incredible work. Also, shout out to the Nullified Take channel and Reality Realness with 3 S's. Go check them out if you want extra coverage and hear some other content on the challenge and various other reality TV shows. They do a great job over on their channel as well. But thank you so much for joining me tonight. I really appreciate it. Thank you again for starting off my 2024 in an incredible way. I hope everybody had a great night tonight, a great time in the chat. I hope everybody feels better about getting their full feelings out about this past season or this season that we're currently in the middle of. And let's get through this together. Let's get through this together because we can do it. I'm sure we're going to have some more feelings about us going forward in this, but we can do this. We can do this. We can get through it together as a unit, as a whole. We can get through this. But thank you again for joining me. This was awesome. I always come into these lives a little nervous, a little not knowing what to expect, but everybody has been great in the chat. I really, really appreciate it. Thank you so much. Like, subscribe. Go check out patreon.com/angelcakevids if you would like some extra content. I really, really appreciate it. I hope everybody has a great rest of your night, a great rest of your week, a great, safe rest of your week, heading into a great first weekend of the new year. Happy New Year, everybody. Thank you so much. Where are the super chats? I don't know. Where are the super chats? I don't know. Anyways, thank you, everybody. You're amazing. You're awesome. Thank you so much. Thank you for watching my content. Thank you for supporting me for a while now. Happy Blue Year. I don't even know what that means. Happy New Year. Happy New and Blue Year. But thank you so much. You're amazing. You're wonderful. Thank you, everybody. Have a great rest of your night. Have a great weekend. And I'll see y'all next time. Peace.